If I give them away, someone is going to take care of them.
No, like a pet instead of like a wild animal. And that's what happens when you get that many.
That is true. They just think that the world is out there to eat rabbits and possums or whatever comes along, and they're not pets. They are not really family dogs. They're just. That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very nice to be a dog like that, but it's like when you see if Willow hadn't been shot and Chiquita and Bonita disappear, and stuff like that. So then, okay, let them be dogs, or if I live in Montana, whatever.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah. I think 5 is too many. I think it just comes down to you need to, keep it reasonable.
And what if I let them all go?
What? Oh, keep the 2.
Huh?
You can't let them all go.
No?
No, you have to keep Willow and Chiquita.
Why? If I am going to, Willow was with Chiquita in the other field, by where the Paul Jackson lived. They were way up there, and then Willow, she's running almost like if she had 4 legs. Of course she gets tired, but she does it. So, what I was just saying, okay, so I am 66 years old, yes? Chiquita is only 2.5 years old, and then Willow is 6 years old. Willow is still in good shape. Chiquita is in great shape. She can be educated. The little puppies can be educated. And some person that probably, but Willow is a walker, Anyhow, but it would be also good for someone who is probably disabled or something, And then they will have a different life, and then I would be able to say, okay, what does Armando want? Does he want to live over here? Does he want to go someplace else? You see, with 5 dogs, it's so difficult, even with 2 dogs, just to go someplace. Let's say if I want to go and live in Zambia or something,
Well, I know, I agree.
I haven't had a life without caring for a dog every day since 1984, yes?
Yeah.
Basically. And then it was 1 dog, and then it was 2 dogs, and then it was 4 dogs, and it was 6 dogs, and it was 4 dogs, and it was 2 dogs.
And then it was 13 dogs.
And yeah, and then and they are all very, very, very fucking happy. It's not that the dogs are like in a cage and shitting on themselves, and all of that. Everybody would have said, oh, I would have loved to be an Armando's dog because, like, what does he get, But then Chiquita came, and then Willow was shot, and then suddenly things are more dangerous around here, yes? I mean, if the puppies left before, you remember Mr. Miko Bruiser used to go all the way on Blackjack Road to look for Pat's dog. What was her name? Little Bit. Because she was in heat, and Mr. Bingo Bruiser, many times, he just went all the way from here to Blackjack Road and crossed the creek and all of that because she was in heat, yes? And then we never worry about, of what?
Yeah.
I think I'm getting there that I have to let these puppies go.
Are you sad for yourself or for the puppies?
Excuse me?
Are you sad for yourself or for the puppies?
I am sad for them because I know they're going to miss me and miss the others, yes?
Yeah.
But that is something they overcome, because remember, when I was in jail, Willow and Chiquita had to deal with a completely different set of circumstances, you know.
Yeah.
And they did fine, you know.
Mhm.
And someone who will get a dog in general, 90% are not abusers, you know. And these guys are so beautiful. Now my dilemma is, should I give them to an Airedale Terrier rescue? Because people would love to get this. I mean, these little babies are so beautiful. I weighted them. They were 33, 35, and 31 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which at 4 months is quite a bit, you know. And now they are sleeping together. I'm here at the barn, and you know, because they were they grew together, but uh, but they also have little play. Oh man, this is so beautiful. You know, I got more new straw, and with the straw I make like little compartments, you know, and then things where they can just jump and do exercise. It's almost like you know, like. But you know, I don't know, man. You know, I have to have a life. I love my place, but you know, now the house is miserably. The last guests that were here were supposed to be for 3 days, and at the second day they say we better go, and I say, oh no, and guess what? There was something really bad that happened. I didn't tell you, no. Uh, okay, so I'm making their bed, and suddenly these sheets that are new, white sheets, didn't have the little black dot that I put at the end, so to know which one is the end of the bed and which one is the side of the bed, you know. So I had put a black dot with a permanent marker. So I got my permanent marker and put the white dot, the black dot, and then, you know, while making the bed, the ink was still kind of drying, and then it stained something in the middle of the sheet, you know, the the base sheet, right by where people lay. So I say, oh, no big deal. I just go and get a towel and I bleach it out. So I went downstairs, got the bleach, and come upstairs, and I have lots of little mini towels, you know, and I picked one that was red. And then I go, why didn't I pick a white one? No, I just have to go and pick a color one, yes? Red. And then I go and bleach it out, the towel, and I go and rub the mark of on the black pen, yes? And then, and the thing is wet, and I say, well, it's gonna dry, you know, no matter what, because I'm making the bed. So I just didn't look at it too much, and then I just made the bed, and then my guests came. And the next day or the second day, they probably look at the sheet, and there was this yellowish, pinkish stain right there in the middle of the thing. And it was like, oh no, it could have been like, you know, like urine or semen or something, because it had that kind of pinkish color, yes, and it was like round. And they left, and when I look at that, I realized what it was. It was, of course, me, stupid. I picked a color towel to remove, and then basically I transferred that color of that towel into the sheet. So, oh man. So they left, you know. And I'm expecting a very bad review, but then when I realized that, which is when the same day I just went upstairs to look at the room that they haven't forgotten anything, and suddenly I see that stain, and my first thought was, they stained it themselves, yes? And it's like, no, that's where the black mark was. Oh my God. So I called them and I tried to explain, but it's so difficult to explain, you know, like say, I marked my sheets with a little black dot, da 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 da, you know, and but anyhow, that was an explanation. So, and the puppies jump on the guests all the time, you know, and they just don't necessarily like puppies just kind of with claws. And the puppies jump not to hurt them, but just because they are totally out of control.
Yeah.
I don't have a control with, it's like maybe my...
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, Booger. I think that I'm getting more because if I keep Chiquita and Willow, it's gonna be a few more years with dogs. Yes. And I don't know how many more years really have to live. Sometimes my heart is not in such a good shape, and probably I can just have more freedom. Yes, to
Yeah.
to take photographs and to do something, to travel, maybe to go to Paris one more time or go to Colombia and say hi to my,
Yeah.
and I could do it, if I didn't have any puppies, because some people can just go and stay at Tierra Linda for free, or I just, in a time that is not freezing, I just can shut it out. I haven't had a vacation or a place in 20 years.
I know. But you love it out there.
Yeah.
You're getting to the place where you want to do something else.
Excuse me?
I said, now you are realizing that you want to do some other things again.
Maybe a few more things.
Yeah.
So I think I'm getting into, it's not that the puppies are going to get abused. They're going to be okay. And would you give them to the Airedale Society or to the Humane Society?
I don't know. I don't know.
The problem with the Humane Society is that, what if the people that adopt the dogs are close by, which is a possibility, yes?
Or what?
People that are close by, that are in the area. And you know how you heard the stories of the dog just running away and then going through the landscape, and all of that. And that would be a very tough thing just to see Chiquita coming, or to me, or Willow, yes? It's like, what to do. And if I get them to the Airedale Rescue, they probably would go someplace else.
Well, that's a good idea.
Maybe the little puppies I can give them to the Humane Society here. And, because for them it's also good revenue because, well, not really, because they charge $200, but they have to spay the puppies, they have to give them a microchip, they have to give them heartworm medication. They do all these things, and people are very generous with these foundations. Also the people from the Conservation Society here, they have bought so much land there, like just for everybody to enjoy.
Oh, really?
Yes, they bought Horseshoe Mound, and you cannot imagine the view from over there. And they bought a place that is called Galena Gateway. It's 100 acres just by the outskirts of Galena, and you see the beautiful Galena from the outside and all of that. And then now it's forever for people for recreation. So this is gotten from people giving money, and I was just at one time thinking about giving Tierra Linda for something like that, but I don't think so. We're not rich people, and then probably if I sell it, I don't know how much I can sell it. I mean, of course, many times I imagine this is $1 million place because of the ravines, and the trails and the creek and all of that. But guess what? Not everybody likes that. And the barn.
Yeah, you have to find the right person for that.
Yeah, well, look, I'm inside
I tell you, I think the barn would probably be as valuable as anything, because people always want to change a barn into their house,
Darla, this is a gorgeous barn. It needs to be restored, but it's still up. I mean, we have to make sure that, and the view, if you open up the view to the west, it's just unbelievable. And it's a huge barn. And it doesn't need too many things for repair. The only important thing at this time is the roof, and the roof is already showing signs of leaking. But what can I do is, after this winter, I just go over there and patch it up, with like we did on the house of Peoria, that is patching up, but it's not permanent. But at least we saved the barn for someone who has the money, to put a new metal roof. It's going to be about $5,000 or $8,000, and Darla, another thing I want to tell you is that all the money that I lost in the silver, I'm sorry, but that's what I lost. I'm not gonna. Now, Did you make a lot of money with your real estate? Yes.
Well, it wasn't that much. It wasn't. I gotta find out why it's not as much as I thought it would be.
Well, anyhow, ask the accountants if we should sell more silver to, how do you call it, to counter-rest your income. But if it was only John's apartment and you have all the other expenses now because now you can claim like gasoline and internet and restaurants, to take customers, to see if they want to buy the place, all this shit.
Uh-huh.
Anyhow.
All right, I'll talk to him.
Yeah. Anyhow, if they want me to sell, listen, it's fine. It's fine. I still okay. I sold 300 ounces. I have 700 ounces to sell. So but it has to be sold mostly when you make profits. Okay?
Yeah.
Because just selling it for just giving it away, but basically I probably have, but I don't need the money. What do I need the money for? I mean, I owe a little bit on my home equity, but I'm fine. So I mean, probably I will need a car soon, and so the sale of that thing was like $4,000 that I have in that account. Maybe, my car is going to go down maybe next year, then I need a new car. Not a new car, but another thing, Guess what? Then I probably can get a little convertible,
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
I didn't understand.
Some people get a little convertible.
Yes, why not? Because I won't have the dogs. I don't need to transport all kinds of stuff. And probably I sell Terra Linda, so I get my little convertible. I can just go and take pictures from the sky. Okay, well, listen, I know it's my decision. It's not you. I'm so glad that you said that keep Chiquita and Willow because this is what I was thinking about doing. But you know what? Today they did it again. Today, after all of this that I have talked to them. Yes, they did it again. They run away. I called them. They know they heard me. They didn't come, and they wait. And it's. I am so worried about being shot again. I mean, if the dog is running in another people's land, they can shoot it like they shot Willow here. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary.
It is a scary.
You could put an orange vest on her when she leaves the house.
Yeah. Well, I was also thinking about maybe Armando needs to have a little bit of life on his own. What am I going to do? I mean, I don't know, but probably going to Colombia and visit someone, I don't know. I fight with my brother again, one more time.
Yeah.
But probably going to Paris or I never been, like, for instance, to a country like Cambodia. And
Oh my God.
can you imagine just going over there? I speak French, they speak French, take some pictures, and maybe I find a Cambodian that is a nice girl.
Well, sounds interesting.
Exactly, and then I move to Cambodia, I mean, why not? Hey,
Why not?
yeah, I would have Social Security, and I don't know, I don't know if I like Cambodia, but hey, that sounds like a great idea,
Okay.
Well, then I will have a life again, Darla, It's like,
I know.
because otherwise I'm just talking, and I've been doing this for the puppies for 20 years, and then it's like, it comes a time where, like, I don't have too many years left. Why? 5, 6, 2, 1, who knows, So it would be nice just to say, now I can wake up and just say, I'm going to spend the night in Chicago,
Uh-huh.
How is John doing?
Well, I need to call him because he had a terrible cold. He gave it to me, but he wasn't recovering. It didn't sound like very well.
Oh,
I
really?
have to call them and find out.
Darla, so today Chicago and how do you call the people from Wisconsin had the Packers, they had a game?
Oh, what?
Did the Chicago Bears and the Packers play today?
Tonight.
Oh, they're going to play tonight.
Yeah.
At what time?
7:30? 7:30. In Green Bay.
Oh, maybe they show it here. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I have other things to do tomorrow. I have to finish giving for the lawsuit of Kowalski a bunch of information about the things that I put on the internet. They want a copy of everything I put on the internet. I'm going to just find everything and just give it to them. Whatever. I never.
Is that what Eric says to do?
Huh?
Is that what Eric says to do?
Yeah. That's part of the discovery. They say give us everything that you put on the internet, every email, everything. So I'm going to give it to them because everything I said about Kowalski is the truth. That's the problem. I never said like he said to me, like he made something like a shit whistle and he said that Armando is a gay person and that all this, I like to fuck dogs and all this. I mean, he said really bad stuff. And all what I say is like the guy is a crook and a thief. And, so big deal. It's the truth. But we'll see. He might beat me. But, Darla, we have to do something about this property, yes?
Well, yes, that's what we keep saying.
So why don't you send me well, I talked to Eric, and Eric says that courts, but you see, there is no way that he's going to say that I defame him and he lost money for this, because that's what Eric says. Where are the losses, yes? What was his reputation before Armando said that he's a crook? And was he a crook? Yes? Anyhow, this barn is very beautiful, Darla. It's gorgeous. I'm looking through the slats of and it's still in very good shape. It needs a couple of poles to be changed, but it's very strong, and it's one of those barns that every pole was not cut from with a machine, but it was by hand.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, Booger. Oh, I think that's what the best thing to do for the puppies eventually. It's also for me. Yes, I have to think of me one day, and maybe it's time I think of me. I mean, these puppies, I gave them everything.
Yeah.
I didn't abuse them. They are going with. Nobody is going to be able to match their treatment. The food, the liberty, the everything. But they will be very loved because it will be one puppy per person or family. Yes.
Right.
So they would be the folk. Even the little Willow, we will see. I think that I don't know if I would like. You see, I wouldn't mind to